Hey guys, it's Cassandra and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys all the books that I received and hauled in the month of February. I recently went to Barnes & Noble, so I decided to splurge a little bit since I didn't really buy any books this month and I figured I had earned it. So I'm going to start with my Barnes & Noble haul first and then show you guys all the book mail that I received at the end. So let's get started. First I got Call Me By Your Name by Andre Ackerman. I don't know how to say that, but I've heard nothing but great things about this book. And I figured I would read this before I watched the movie. I don't know much about it, but it is a romance, so I'm a sucker for it already. Next up, I got Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. Here is another one I've heard nothing but great things about, and of course, I want to read this before I watch the movie. I've been wanting to read this for so long, and the movie is giving me the great push that I needed in order to read it already. Next up, I got Remember Me Forever by Sarah Wolf. I'm a sucker for this color when it comes to covers. So it's one of the reasons why I decided to haul it, and of course I decided I needed more romance in my life. So I'm pretty excited about that. Next up I got Swallowing Stones by Joyce McDonald. This one follows Michael, who fires off his rifle up into the air on 4th of July, but he ends up accidentally killing Jenna's father, and this book follows them as they meet each other. But I feel like it's gonna have a lot of important things to say, so I can't wait to read it. And then I got A Totally Awkward Love Story by Tom Ellen and Lucy Iveson. Of course, I thought the cover was extremely cute. I got the next 3 books in the bargain section. They had a lot of great selections this time. I got Valkyrie by Kate O'Hearn, and of course that cover is just stunning. I love it. And then I got The Dining Club by Marina Anderson. This one sounds like it's gonna be quite steamy and I can't wait to read it. And then I got Lucky Harbor by Jill Halvis. This is actually 3 books in one. It includes Lucky in Love, At Last, and Forever and a Day. I love it when there are multiple books in one. So that was it for my Barnes & Noble book haul, so I'm just gonna dive into the book mail that I received in February. First, we're gonna start with this big old box right here. This was sent to me by my friend Demi. She was unhauling some books, so I bought these off of her. So I'm just gonna reach in. The first one that I see is The Coincidence of Callie and Kayden by Jessica Sorensen. I haven't heard about this series, but I always love books when they have the character names on the title, so I had to have this one. Next up, I got Forgetting August by J.L. Berg. And then we have Breaking Nova by Jessica Sorensen. The Redemption of Callie and Kayden. Saving Quinton, all by Jessica Sorensen as well. And then I got I've Got Your Number by Sophie Kinsella. I've had this book on my Amazon cart for months, but I'm glad I finally have it now thanks to Demi, and I can't wait to read it. And then I have When Joss Met Matt by Ellie Cahill and Connected by Kim Carr. Next up, I have a package from Little Bird Publicity, and that's an early review copy of Heaven Adjacent by Catherine Ryan Hyde. I haven't heard anything about this book, but it is coming out on June 19th. And the next package I got was from Penguin Random House, and they sent me People Like Us by Dana Mele. I was a part of this blog tour, and my review is actually already up, so if you want to check that out, my link is going to be down below. But I loved this novel. It's being compared to Pretty Little Liars and 13 Reasons Why. If you love mysteries and suspense, definitely check this one out. I do want to include some trigger warnings for suicide and bullying, so just be careful before diving into this book. And next up, I have 2 packages from Amazon Publishing. They sent me 2 copies of Punishment by Scott Holiday. I absolutely love the cover to this book. He did send me a second copy because I am going to be hosting a giveaway for this one pretty soon. I do host all of my giveaways over on Instagram, so if you want to win this, make sure to follow me. It's going to be the same handle as here on YouTube, the Bookish Crypt. Next up, I bought a book from Book Depository, and that was Labyrinth Lost by Zoraida Cordova. I was sent an early ebook through NetGalley for this one, but for some reason I've been slacking on getting the physical copy. but I just read its sequel, Bruja, and I fell in love with it even more than I fell in love with Labyrinth Lost, which is saying quite a lot. I really love this novel, and its sequel just surpassed it in every single aspect. And I decided it was time that I own Labyrinth Lost, so now I have it, and I can't wait for Bruja to come out so it can keep this one company. Next up is a package from a book trade over on Twitter. So I traded For Madness by Zach Brewer. This one also comes with a trigger warning for suicide. And next up I have a package from Lake Union, and that is The Tuscan Child by Reese Bowen. I believe they've already sent me a finished copy and an early review copy as well, but this one came with a bandana. Next up I got a package by Candlewick Press, and that included the price guide to The Occult and The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender by Leslie Walton. I do already own copies of these two, so I'm going to be giving this away along with Punishment. And again, I just have to show you guys the side pages. It's just gorgeous. And the last book that I received was from Penguin Random House, and that is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I'm super excited to read it. I can't wait to watch the movie. Since I'm a part of Blogging for Books, I decided to request this one. So next up I'm going to be showing you guys a couple of packages that I got that aren't books, but they are bookish related. So here we go. The first one I have to show you is a postcard that Jessica Hawkins kindly sent to me. It's the cover for her newest release, Lake and Manning. It is the fourth and the conclusion to her Something in the Way series, and if you've been following along all of my reviews for Jessica Hawkins, then you know just how much this series means to me, and I can't stop looking at it. I love these two. Hopefully that's focusing, but these are the 4 books in the series. And lastly, I have to show you some pre-ordered goodies that I got. This pre-order incentive was for The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. You were able to get your hands on 8 character cards. So first up we have The Sea Cellar, and it says, "The empty house was lit like a lantern. The bride could hear singing through the floor." And then we have Finch, which says, "Maybe Finch wasn't trying to be the sidekick in my story. Maybe he was trying to start one of his own." And then we have Alice 3 times, and this one says, "When Alice was born, her eyes were black from end to end." And then we have Alice. It says, "I'd let myself drift too close to the dark continent at the core of me, a lawless place I tried never to visit." And then we have Jenny and the Night Women, which says, "She pricked her parents' heels 3 times and washed a stone in the blood." Well, and then I have Ilsa Waits. "The whole wide world was ahead of her. Death's fingers combing through it like wind, and twice killed Catherine. The expression on her face was worse than anything. It was a kind of selfish ecstasy." We have Ella. "She was like a blade wrapped in a bouquet of orchids. I hope to God whoever took her made the mistake of underestimating her." The Clockwork Bride. "He loved her before he came close enough to hear the ticking of her clockwork heart." And lastly, we have Audrey, which says, "My sister was a sexy, saftig motor mouth who made me feel like an awkward breadstick." I'm a sucker for pre-orders that include character cards or tarot cards, so I had to get my hands on these. And now I'm even more excited to read The Hazelwood. But that was it for my February book haul. Let me know if any of the books caught your eye and what books you received in the month of February. I want to give a big thanks to all the publishers that sent me books, and to Jessica Hawkins for sending me a postcard of Lake and Manning. But that is it for this video. I'm always seeking requests for videos, so if you ever have one for me, definitely let me know. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!